وكرهود وابا مفايا مهدين وابا وإنديا فافيكونا ممبتي أدفنا مبجفوي كنبيتم وكرهود وابا مفايا نوابا وإنديا فافيكونا.
So obi ti wona se malam bi be ka kire ni se obetimi ama na nya sika ene ade a enye nokre. There is no way a nyankopon odi sika ebefa spirit mu di ama wo. Na me ka ni sa because minim se enuanom a etie no yen no mu asabi ye imamfo ye kan omo beti ase a chen mu a munye imam.
Okay.
Malam bia ni wa obetimi di sika fa spirit mu ama wo. So obeso unye sika said Mr. Obin ekyerɛkyerɛ no. Sinkete ye adwumaden na obinye sika. Quran num krampo ami ate ase pefe se bibia nyankopon ye bia no de nhyehyɛ ya to ho. Ade bia nyankopon de nhyehyɛ ya to ho. Eti se nyankopon de nhyehyɛ ya to bibia ho a ene onua bia wo tie ye nti ase se sikanya nso so nhyehyɛ ya da ho. Said ye yanwo akwara na omfiti prekope ntu America no. Na nhyehyɛ bi na ɛwɔ se akwara no ofam ansa na watimi aba benante na durumre bi ama na timi atu America. Anampo kasa yanwo akwara na omfiti prekope nkasa no. Sara na sikanya nso tie. Obi o hwa na bi a watiti ni morem watimi abre ni mogya ni anya bi a 1000 bi 10,000 bi ubonwa no ekọ di malam bi achi ana konfo bi ana odifo bi achi na ni sika ni nyina ya saje afini.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أنا نمي أدوفو يسرى أتنفو نيانكو كنسي أمهي نامبونا ونشري نادا منيم سي موتمين كان مسرى موسى موتمين كان so we bet me that to comment section ama me sɛ motimin kan na minfa program no emrem nti misra mo a mohwɛ me no sɛ obi timin kan mo fa to comment ni mu ema me na minfa program a pese me de ba mo ema ho ene me pese yesua ade bebree Quran konkon no ama yɛn nkyerɛkyerɛ ahodoɔ bi a saa nkyerɛkyerɛ no a Quran no de ama yɛn no ɛboa yɛn eyi yɛn efiri okay I'm say sound ni baka no ɛboa yɛn eyi yɛn efiri ɛhaw emu na ene adesua a menemu eba bisua no efa yabrabo especially to the youth program we no yato ni din say to the nation's youth na to the nation's youth program ya yede mamu no edamakoma so pa na migidi se ye nyina yetie sa program we eyi a yebenya emfaso bebree e de afiri mu yenti ene se enipa bebree ana sabi omo ehahai ewo abrabom sabi yen mo ayeni Ghana obi be frew osofo Ghana yedin o Ghana you need yedin mpo chese utimi se enipa no dodo na no wonum ebre na de enti a wonum ebre no ebi ohonum a efri nipa na nkasa dodo na no efri nipa na nkasa but aya na wonum hia se yebetwe wonum adwen asi so enti ene memie imam yi me pese me gina Quran kronkron ne so na me de twe anuanom adwen esi ensem bi so me gidi se obia obetie sa program we na ensem a ene yebeka obebo ne homode se ode be ye adwuma no obenya emfaso bebre e de efri so obenya emfaso bebre e de efri so efri se obefri ginabra especially enenu me bekasa afa ekwan a onipa obefa so a obeyi ne ho afri ehiam na se sabi se ontimi meyesikani mpoti se despite ana Kennedy Japan mu krampo a at least ne ho ene ne de obenya na malam fo bebre ana omo betena radio so TV so na wonum be kire ekwan a emwawo meme de me wa ha me beka enokre ana akire na nokre a me ba beka akire no ebeye nokre a ebeye ya eduru mre bi mpo a ne ye beye den nanso so se utimi fa na wo de ball brade a me gidi se ubedi ana de me beka akire no me ankasa ma practice ama mehu se ampa eye adwuma enti ana me pese me ne wo share se de be a onso ubenya adesua afrim yemu bebre se ye kristoni ana ye muslimni ana se nyamesumni bi no ye sori a abia ye ne se ye spendi emre ye say emre bebre ye de bom paye nyina ne se epesi ye diye eno no eye nanso ye die ne kwan wo ho enti se wo hwe ya misrew na wa share video no ama yen na mon subscribe to your channel no mo amhwe yen e wo YouTube na mo amhwe yen so e wo Facebook no mon subscribe to mon follow yen on Facebook adia edi kan a me pese me twe mo adwin so enema miensa ho asem na me beka 3 things na de enwanwa ne se enipa no bebre no se ye kenkan Quran no a enwoma we Quran kronkron we no se ye kenkan a aya na ya dwene ni nyina akosi the spiritual side ne nko a but no kra ne se Quran na akire yen se wa maye enkyerɛkyerɛ afa bibia ho enti sa program we no ayeye de brem no to the nation's youth no ye nkyerɛkyerɛ pa ye de bebrem no efa abrabɔ ya setena kwan a onipa befa so a obesesa nadwene your mindset na ubetimi adiyi ewo asase so eno na ye ba be na menchere ho no ade a edi kan a wo so onipa bia ete ase eni se
abrabo we na yebo no asase we no ayewo so a yebebo bra no enye mre minia wutie me yenti asie according to Quran no abrabo we no a yebo mo wo asase so no enye mre. It is not easy, and I am going to show you the Quranic verse. It is a onipa bi te ho na osusu se abrabo na obo no ebeye mre e di amano a minu asesa wadwene se yewu akwara o maame wo ho o papa wo ho na bibi a wuhia bia o maame na toma wo ana o papa na toma wa eno de wadwene beye wo se bibi a wuhia bia no o maame betimi anya amanti wadwene beye wo se abrabo no emre basa wonyini duru pempenso bi a e wo se wutimi sesa o mindset no se abrabo we no enye mre na megidi se mo a sabi motinya ebia mo duru secondary school stage na ebia mo wie secondary school a mo abafie na afa mo be ko university no you are realizing mo hunu say abrabo is enye easy. Enti using the Quran no me be ma ye nyina ye nye ho ntiase say this life is not for the weak. It is not this life and abrabo we no enye obi a ono no opese wo say ni mre nyina wo enam oda ana say enye obi a ono nadwene ye ne say e wo say obi na beboa no and obetimi adi because this life is not easy. Using the Quran ade etosu mienu me be ka niema miensa, but the life which is not easy according to the Quran no, that will be my first ade a me pese me twemo adwensi so. But only the first part, but within that first part no me be ma mwati ase according to the Quran no say onipa sa opese obo bra na wudi ya mense wo mre. Don't waste your time, because time is life. Umre no, that is your life. Because say nanse na mitie me hwe video bi opanyini bi e wo Ghana ye friend no captain bibi na o bank no abie bank bi emse bank na gu se capital bank and say bibi sa ama bank na gu na me tie ni video bi o kan asem bi asem ye no krepa o say eturumre bi a obi be frɛ bi a woni obi aye nhyehyeye e wo se ehia 12 na 12 no ebe bo no wo aba be gina ho twɛn wo be frɛ no no o so mi nam kwa mu ba enso e bi kura mpa na afi no wo kodware and wo kire say life no, life, when you waste 1 minute, you have wasted your life for 1 minute. So when tinye hunu sa de wi na once sa o mindset, once sa wa brabo a minia untini ndi ye wo abrabo imuda. And I am going to use the Quran. Me the Quran ne na me de be kasa. Maka me say ye mu bebre na yesusu se abrabo we no dabre Quran no enchire de maye no ekasafa spiritual kwa. The Quran also speaks about the physical life, how to live a life no a ope say the ope so say abrabo ope say unya no asasi so no. The Quranic principles no say udi so a ubenya eno na me de ba be chire na moma me America crowd be say me share link no edema amanfo say o question a obetimi
ede o question naba se ebia unti bibi ase ewo abrabom enye beyi na eye o enye o maame na eye o enye wobusua bi na eye o bibia enkoyie wo abrabom bia no enye obi na eye o nemum so utie the Quranic principles no you will know say there must be a problem somewhere. There must be bibia e wo se oya onyeye eno na ema wabrabo nkoso na saa ne ema no ana mepese me gina Quran ne so na me de twi wa adwesi so first of all obi wawie university anase wawie secondary school or pe adwuma onya adwuma okopim ha no akopim ha no akopim ha na adwene ye ne say obi ye me ana ma men kan kire mo say me imam but me nye imam for na omo kire say bayi ayi say na we ayi say no me be ma real life principles. First of all, no, 3 things are say me if I was broke, say hear me. Be here sika. 3 things are me. The first one, and they say I will stop wasting time. First of all, no, Mamendi can show the Quranic principle, say, and I say the Quranic verse are and say this life, no, it is not easy. Mama America crazy. Okay. Do a Quranic verse and ma copy to has into the first verse are make more advances. According to Quran, no Quran may say لقد خلقنا الإنسان في كبد. Also, لقد خلقنا الإنسان في كبد. Say, we have surely created man to toil and struggle. We Quran ne kasa. Quran ne say eya no crazy pi say yabo onipa say abrabo we nu a obebo no on enkoden an wo de adinkuni mu abrabo ni mu enunti na me kan say what you wanna wadene ye wo say this life is for the weaker. Oh, dada. Because this life is not for the weak. This life, no, is not for the weak. Nipa no bebre no say opeso odi ya na opekwan bi akate corners ope short way. But yempanyi for krampo aka say kwantia yebusuo. Say kwantia yebusuo ampa dia menua ti ase say Allah says in the Quran, say laqad khalaqna al-insana fi kabad. We have created man to toil and struggle. Yabo onipa say onipa no abrabona obebo no. Whether say the spiritual life, whether say the moral life, whether say the physical life, no, to be successful in any part of your life, no, you have to toil and struggle. That is the first thing. What would you be? Me pese udi show. So what means anti ase we say okay
I need to struggle to become successful. Mijidi say, you will be successful. To have that knowledge and to practice it, you will become successful in life. So that is the first thing I'm a person motia say. Inti, we comment na metron was na or say success will be achieved only after you have gone through great hardships. That is to say, great toil and incessant struggle will be demanded before you can achieve your great goal. This is a principle in life. So you cannot achieve anything on a silver platter. In life. So you have to have that understanding. Say, and you have to struggle. She yawu akwara na yawu no. Ansa na akwara ni betimi anante. Anase ansa na akwara no se de ye ka no obetimi abeye nipa no. It was all struggle. Oberia. Oben nante ye ne kra no obetutu atatai kakra obo se no wo tito no osu. But it is part of the struggle to make that child say the can say a human say obey nipa. It is part of the struggle. And that is life. Abrabono, according to the Quran, you have to struggle. Have that mindset. Say, to achieve success in life, you have to struggle. And many of say, obeda 8 hours. Nipa ne yemu dodo na yeda 8 hours. So what that 8 hours are? No. Note that you were 24 hours in a day. And in your whole life, so what that for 8 hours every day, Tiasia say, you have spent 1/3 of your life in sleeping. Mijidi say, but it is even worse than that. Say what that for 8 hours every single day in your life. Tiasie say your child life ni umfia wedding. So when you're 20 years, so when you're 30 years, it means all the 10 years ada. 10 years. So when you're 30 years, what the 10 years, what the ada. Life is to be toiled and struggled. Life, it is not easy. Unya life ni easy. And you have 24 hours in a day. You have 24 hours in a day. You sleep 8 hours. Enun kwano unye bibiao, but enun kwano say ya chow life mumiensa. Wo de ba kwada because 24 hours 8 plus 8 plus 8 and 24 hours. Into the 24 hours ye chemu miensa wo de ba kwada. But it is worse than that. The entire it is worse than that and they say in your childhood it is unproductive. So we are our life we are unproductive. And the first 5 years of your life, you know nothing. And it means say you can calculate of first 2, 3, 4 years, and now die 8 hours every day. I would die. You will know say you have spent more than 1/3 of your life only in sleeping. But said your Quran in a catch the life is to be struggled. And was our struggle and son what you be successful in life. If I'm speaking to the youth, say abrantie bi tie me. Say ababa bi tie me. Na say or say or you broke abrabono enema nsisi so ma no. Enti opese osesa ne ho se de be obedi ya. The first thing I was out here see say, don't waste your life. But as if that is not enough, you move a tenacity, necessary. How many hours, how many minutes, and I will spend it on TV? Obi, obeshe telenovela, yeah, the friend say telenovela. Oya, obekwa akohwe dey you wasted so much time in watching TV alone. So much time on social media. We got not TikTok. And yes, on wako say or creative business. No when you home for school, but or share a near or the best. But you don't realize, say, the time you are spending, no, it is your life you are spending. Because every minute, it is your life that's moving like that. Oh, life, no, and the air person. You have to change your mindset. The first principle it was all shining so, and he said, you don't have to waste your life. You don't have to waste your time. And again, the Quran tells us that. The Quran tells us that. Let me go on to that verse, Abia. I know the second verse, Mitron was saying. Or say, it is part of 6 verses, 6 principles. Quran ne dia ma yen say, ojidi ni so obedi nkunimu a enema ensia ojidi ni ebetimi aye a odi bedi nkunim. Emu ba ko na bayi dia ma yen. It is Quran chapter 23. Now we know verse 4. Verse 4 na eba be kan. Etishanenso. According to the verse, or say, "Waladina anil lagwi mu'ridun." Quran they say to become successful as a believer. Of course, the Quran is speaking to the believers. A GD4, and Niema was so muya, but it is the same principle working in the physical world. So, practice this principle, and this principle alone can make you successful. That principle alone. Or say, "Waladina whom anilagwe mu'ridun," and those who shun that which is vain. Omo twi omo ho free, enema emfaso ni so eho. Nipa num bebre na no say yemre unnecessary argument. Ronaldo eti say yeso Saudi Arabia. Messi enso wo say France so say na ye omo argument ono ne tini ba bi bo ne ball eji ni sika gu ni botom na obi nso so ti ba bi no oye argument gidi ebi mutini ye argument na ada ne ntokwa just because ba kusi Ronaldo ni mbobo eche Messi eno nko a na ada ne ntokwa vain things, and we waste our time on things, unnecessary things. In the Quran, they say, to become successful, Quran chapter 23, we are a part of 6 principles. A believer, and I'm saying that this principle, so obianya santia sewi na, and then also the first one, na otia CSR, na otwini hu free, and yema emfata ho na o use time no for productive things obedi nkuni. The Quran is saying, say, alladhina anil lagwi mu'ridun, womo twi womo hu free, and yema emfata. And yema emfata ni bin say unnecessary argument, unproductive, TV. Tena TV ho sa 1 hour not TV ho. When you can't spend 8 hours at your down. 8 hours now, what spend the other no, and won't quire 1/3 of your life. We are what's up spending 1 hour at your TV ho TV. And son, what way argument? Obi kotena dame ho 2 hours more to dame. You waste your time, no, but yenyanti as you say, hey, na me spend this time every second. Time no eko ke no, me time no na eko no, me mre no na eko no, me life no na eko no. Because say when you 30 years 30 years now when you know. It started in a minute. It started in a second. It came to a minute. It came to an hour. It came to a day, a week, a month, a year. And I can na 30 years. But that 30 years, no, every day we are spending 8 hours a day. And it means 24 hours a day, no, what you mean, sir, the backward, it will 30 years, or the 10 years are that. It's different. So different we are. Say, how many hours now spending on social media? Sorry, Kevin Taylor. And when you brain a ocean, when you are G. So what me did think of what him, Kenny Jonas. Or the thing of what him to when but you don't realize, Kevin Taylor, Nick Chinny Jonas now, or the thing of what him. Woman create channel, or yes, I didn't views, no, when you see, but what dear, you are spending money to watch them for nothing. But your mind be, you will be one more, or no super social media where be. But ono de oba be kire kwan a obetimi asesa wabrabo. Your friend Mr. Obin Dako, me a missionary, me a sofo, me a imam. But I follow that man. I listen to him almost every single day. Because I ask myself, say, data no me ana me BBC ka. So why should I waste that money to watch Kevin Taylor and answer a Schwarzenegger? Why should I waste my data, my money to watch Chinny Jonas? Met me this time na ko hwe Mr. Obin Dako. Obe kire me eniema ebe bie madwini. Na mahu say na wo sa me de mabra boye na madiyi. In the Quran ni kire say alladhina hum anil lagwi mu'ridun, chapter 23 verse 4. Mo amunim Quran no kan no. Fa Quran na ubie chapter 23 the first 6 verses after Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim no. Quran ni ma 6 principles. Onipa fa so a obetimi adi in the spiritual life. But that 6 principles no, the same 6 principles no can make you successful in your physical life. Enti emu baako ana mede ama mo no medikan ama mo hunu baako chapter 90 verse 5. Quran say laqad khalaqna al-insana fi kabad. Yabo onipa say you face hardship, you have to toil, you have to struggle before you become successful. You don't have to waste your time. You don't have to. Until time now, who wasting no. Jonas no. You can use that time to learn a new skill. Obi oho. Sisi a we university. And so the next now say on one kasa on creative on application. Grandpa or the make juma. Onim say the teacher application. But they didn't we secondary school. Onim typing. Onim how to use PowerPoint. But there were a lot of channels on YouTube. A lot. Our churches way for free. The first time I'm going to say there is a website a typing for free. Typing.com. Typing.com. The first time I'm going to say a shocking me say, why would someone waste his time watching something that is unproductive in his life instead of learning how to type? But life is not easy. Yes, say here wa enya wo maame na ye wo nya papa na ye enya bayi bia na ye it is you one away. You waste your time. Ebetimi grandpa ba say wo ye adwuma obi o ho na oye adwuma but adwuma na oye no anka obetimi asa create a side job. Obetimi asa create a side job a ebeboa no but onye ono ne de ni say osori a okọ adwuma kọ no apon no abafie no abedidi no wada so a Muslim ni a no waye sallah no wada ade eche a no okọ adwuma na waba abedidi wadware no waye sallah no wada. That is the cycle ye come. But you betimi create a side job. And then social media be amanfo diska also share obi tse wo Demaya Zion Felix Kojo Sheldon me say Kojo Sheldon emre bi meetie no say won otua nkofo school university fees nkofo mko university o hwe nkofo university na me say social media. So the point I am making is that life is not easy. You will not get the life so easy. You will not get it on a silver platter. Enti mo amohwe no say afen wa join here na wa share video no amaye. We want to speak to the conscience of the youth in Ghana. Ye pese ye ma youth no esesa wo mo adwene. Na wo no yi firi wo mutrim say obi beboa wo mo. Me papa me wofa ekwa aburuchire wa amoame. Me papa is say wa amoame. Eno no se wadwene ni eni saa ene minia obeche inti Quran ni say don't waste your time. Inti momo yenhwe the note na matron wo ase ho no. Quran ni essay or say the second stage in the successful journey of man consists in the avoidance of all vain talk and thought, and also of idle, vain, and futile actions. So, person di ya, minya, enye kasa hunu argument. Ronaldo ni Messi, one ni Bobo, Ghana Black Stars, Asamoah onimbo Bobo chen obia. Abedi pele gramba obebo ne boy wie da. Na ye ho argument gidi ye ho argument sa say abedi pele ni bobo cha Asamoah Gyan obu mi enu nyina so abo mbo awie omanya omu sika awie sa Asamoah Gyan oda ni Rolls Royce mu a wo Rolls Royce no e beto aduane ma wuni. So why do you waste your time arguing about that? So vain thought adwene emfaso ni so. Me na me na eye me. Me papa na eye me. Me metini enya sika duro en meba ho Eba, when I come to the third point now, I'll come there. Sikadro, malam webet mi abuami, malam biant mi mwao. So, vain talk, vain thoughts, Sanyaman in the life, and being idle, vain and futile actions. You spend too much time on social media watching 1 hour, 2 hours. Now, that 2 hours, productive. You could have used that to learn a new skill. You bet me the sad 2 hours, no? A new skill. A bet me boy your life. But we spend that unnecessarily. And then, or say, a true believer not only prays to God in the utmost humility of the heart, but takes life seriously. So we are you don't just think say life is so easy. So we are you don't just think say you are going to get life so easy. You are going to get the life on a silver platter just because we are ask yourself this. I won't say Komsheni Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam no krampo na Nyankopon de esom ne ma ne bae. Ono ni mpo na no ye komsheni a woni ni Nyankopon kasa. Na dwuma na Nyankopon na nkasa na ede ahye ne nsa no. Did he take it easy? Komsheni no onyane easy. Komsheni no onyane easy ana. So say wogidi se komsheni no wanyane easy. Or struggle ye ansa na obey successful. Na mpo akomshefo nyina so struggle ye ansa na obey successful. Don't think say would ye ubenya easy. لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي كَبَدٍ. We have created man to struggle. That is what the Quran says. In fact, Komsheni Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, according to Quran, Quran ni say, "Am hasibutum an tadkhulul jannah walamma ya'tikum mathalul ladhina khalaw min qablikum." Quran ni say, "Anna mumwajni ya muse, bubenya heaven no. Wabra de to edikanfo ne ebintumu ana." Allahu Akbar. Ayana meti hona obi na adwene ye ne say life ni easier na ne ho ye memobo. O say am hasibutum an tadkhulul janna walamma ya'tikum mathalul ladina khalaw min qablikum. Ana mwajine ye mo say mubenya heaven no. Wabra de to edikanfo ne ebintumu. In this case, no, for heaven, no, say a successful life. In your own understanding, no, in this life, no, this I won't say, what kind of life do you want here? Do you want a successful life? So, a successful life, yeah. In the verse, yeah, make kind to the window. Ye heaven, no. Not for a successful life, Nabi I won't say, Quran say, will you attain a successful life without you being hit? Say, would ye adhere to a decan for would ye been to? Would ye Yankupon doa my neighbor say, and I'm so do nintino. Would ye just say, struggle, but you become successful. And the Quran it was say, Masatuhumul Ba'asa, or said they were smitten with grief, what the ra was zulzilu, and they were shaking. Hatta yakula Rasul, until the Prophet himself, waladina amanu ma'ahu, and the believers with him. I can't say, Mata Nasurullah, oh, it's the bay crown and Yankupon and Muano ebeba. I say, Allah, inna nasrallahi qarib. No crazy say,
Nyankopɔn mo ana ɛbɛn. So the point I'm making is say the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam wa Nyankopɔn de ɛsom ne man no, he struggled in life. He struggled before he became successful. Ejidifo na neka no, they struggled before they became successful. So you will not get life easy. Open you're successful. Have this understanding. Now that will help you. Okay. Yentwa de ne kind of eso. Or say life, or say but takes life very seriously. Then or say life is a grim and serious fact, and he takes it as such. You have to understand. We especially more we have media for. It is the second Khalifa, the commentary. I just changed some few words just to suit Asano and or say life is a grim. لقد خلقنا الإنسان في كبد. And serious life, it is serious. You have to take life seriously. Wouldn't mean not 8 hours. Now, one say, I'm sorry. What the 1/3 of your life at that? Now, sorry, 2/3 now can also spending on social media, and you expect to become successful. You expect, say, it was say a buying. And then may amount. Okay. Or say he employs every moment of it usefully. Nipa bia o person is successful and he doesn't waste his time, as the verse is saying. Nemum, he employs every moment usefully and shuns all vain and useless pursuit, which are incapable of doing any good, either to his own person, or to his community or country. Eti, as someone or country in say, life is a serious thing. Life, it is serious. If you don't understand this like this, now one sorry and free wakonya na what is one sorry and in life, you will remain as you are until you die. Now, unfortunately, you might die so miserably. Did you say okay? So that was the second verse of the Quran. Let's say anybody be na no say yeah kind Quran na yaduniye say oh Quran it is talking to us spiritually. It is talking to us spiritually. True, it is true. But the Quran itself says there. Quran itself says Wamaye for everything. It is sometimes asemna kasana catch in the spiritual sense. The same principle works in the physical sense. In fact, according to Islam, it is your physical that influences your moral, and your moral influences your spiritual. And your whatever you are doing physically, affect your spiritual life. And I want you to get this understanding. The Quran is giving you a message, and the message is that don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Okay, Mama call the next verse eso. The next verse someone share on Facebook is someone share video MIA. Na so share so YouTube mon share na mon like it, mon subscribe to your channel mon so MIA. Yanko the next verse, and the next verse will shock you. You might not have thought about it, but it is very important. Say, the next verse now, and they are about 3 verses. Surah Al-Asr, Quran chapter 103. Quran they say wal asr. Ediba bebre nim sa verse, sa chapter wal asr. Otumfo Nyankopon e de emre edi nse. Ye ka say asr ye the fleeting time, the time that is moving. Time a emre na engina ho. Every second biara no second foforo e beka ho. Every single minute o life no e so te. Se Nyankopon ma 30 years in life. Na se what na asasi so for 10 years, for 20 years, understand, say, you have already spent 20 years. It is only left 10 years. Now, so 20 years, it started with a second. It came to a minute. It came to an hour. It came to a day. It came to a week. It came to a month. It came to a year. It came to a decade. And now you have 2 decades, 20 years. In the Quran, they say, well, asr, I swear by the time. Innal insana lafi khusr. Surely man is in a state of loss. Me say, oh, can I say now? Safa bra in the physical sense. That this I won't say. As the time is moving, no, if you don't utilize the time, you are in a state of loss. So now look at the next verse or say, Illa alladhina amanu, except those who believe. Everyone is in a state of loss except those who believe. Wa amilu solihat, and does good work. It's amalu solih, no, righteous deeds, no, sisa ye righteous, no, ye free the spiritual side, no, fabra the physical. That means I won't say in the physical side, no. So who will still time the church in Jonas? So who will still time at the share your friend is Kevin Taylor. And that's who will still time at the sports and our politics. Then you will be in a state of loss. Because you are not utilizing your time. So the Quran is saying that by the time man is in a state of loss, except those who believe and does good work, who utilize the time well. Then it says, وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ. Then they advise with truth. Until no cray and a meditu for no. وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. Then you have to have patience. You have to have sabr. This word sabr, no, actually say, Adiabi ana opesa we ya sinkete nya akoma na yiro ho ye nya gidie sa de be ye na konkoden na be ye. But the life is not easy. This life is not easy. My father verse no anto so. Okay. Monsa verse no ebio. Tumfo Nyankopon say, well, asr, by the time, innal insana lafi khusr. Surely man is in a state of loss. Illa allazina amanu wa amilu solihat, except those who believe and do righteous deeds. And I'm say, no, righteous deeds, no. Take it as doing good things in your own life, not wasting your life. Because when you waste your life, you will be in a state of loss. You will be in a state of loss. You will be in the khusr na Quran nekam. Enti mesre etie for say mo be hye sa ensem no enso e de amame. Na me can say no. So my advice to you is that if you are not utilizing your time say if you are not utilizing your time well, say umre if you are not utilizing it well, start utilizing your time. Very important. I'm now going to the second step. Why you are broke. The Quranic principle actually say you are broke. And no any say, but answer na make the second stage no. Misremu minuanum ebi wo ha o chen me nso so me chen ebi nom me imam me kan kire say for usika bra na me double na ma. There is nowhere bibi sa betimi esi e nada. Nemu de me kan kire oni say hwe wabrabo baby ohonom a bibi nkoyie sisa saade na enkoyie no. If we say so ugina nkrani mo a munim tete na yekwa afuom na wo kwa bo se kwam na nkrani abeye o kwan wo ho na wo kwa na wakotia nkrani nim na nkrani ne ekekawa ede ne wo se we. You simply have to leave. And also free baby a cranny na ekekawo. Now if you want to think cranny na ekekawo. That's all. And if it is your waste of time that is causing you the miserable life you are in, minya nya akukuduro na sacrifice ho. Don't be addicted to a miserable life. There are many people who are addicted to a miserable life. And they are wasting their life so much so that I say they know said normal life no it is not good. But they are not changing. They know, they really know say life no and but they are not changing. It is if you find yourself in a state you know say enema ekosu go me life ni de nkoyi a mini amesra osesa ebeboa. So start realizing that you are wasting your life, then write everything you are doing ade bia wo ye in a day no per exercise book. So untimi nto a journal, untimi nto a diary per exercise book. Now everything you do in a day, no, write it down. And then say social media now partner so o share a friend say sports show be for 2 hours, 3 hours. Write it down. Say today I watched ABA sports for 2 hours. Mi wie no ebia me be share Quinny Jonas and so best be 1 hour. And I may share Kevin Taylor and so write it down. And I also slept for 8 hours. When you do that for the day, calculate how much time you have spent unnecessarily, how much time you have wasted. Nabisa will say, when you continue like this, can your life change? So to me, yes, I exercise now. I am telling you that life will change for you. Now, Mijidipa say, when you are able to write the things you do for the day, now you realize how much you are wasting your time in the day. You'll be angry, to yourself. Mamu me waste time. Ya share Quranic verses me ensa. Mamu me waste your time. Because life is not to be taken so lightly. So we are Quran now ma me to ma udi na unu say life near simple because bibia unya bia no answer about ma me ho. E how bia na so.
And now about papa ho, and how be announced. But when you are grown, when you're 18 years, in fact, when you're 16 years, 17 years, 20, 30 years, 35 years, start realizing that life is not easy. لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي كَبَدٍ. We have created man to struggle. Start realizing that. To me, you, everything you do in a day, Mr. Mo want me from the beginning. No, mon send program ni bio. Na mon share and some na makangu hono. Very important. Write everything you do in the day, and realize where the problem is, where you are wasting time. Then you through life. Now to me, yes, let's move on to the next stage. After you have realized what spending time, what throw every day, for a week. What throw every day, how much time you spend on something, even when you are going to bath, how much time you spend in your bathroom. What in your trust and your money? No one who be who wasted time. The second stage a bit in your bow amma what in your sound life and say you should remove where you are wasting your life and use that time to learn a new skill. That is the second reason why many people are broke. And I'm going to use my own self as an example. Now, Mijidi said, those of you who know me, you will realize it. Me say, so throw everything you do in a day. Now you know where you are wasting time. Take that things out. They are wasting time. You free your life. Now use that time to learn a new skill. Because it takes only 21 days to form a new habit. Only 21 days to form a new habit. So when you realize, you are wasting time here, now you are able to utilize that time to learn a new skill. You realize, your life is gradually changing. And in fact, once you start changing your life, you as a na enema be to toto na kwamuma. Enema kwamba wadwene nkoso no na toto na kwamuma. So learn a new skill. You don't even know. Say, yes, obi afrew. Say, Abranti Ebra, I want you to sell this. If you are able to sell this mobile phone, I will employ you in this my job. Unia Juma. And your friend say, we want you to sell this phone. If you are able to sell it at a price good, we will employ you in the business. This I will say, do you have a skill in sales? What mean the skill I did? Do you have it? Say, your friend, yes, interview. Do you have the skill? You answer interview questions. So if you don't have it, do you know, say, there are so many YouTube channels how to answer interview questions. So instead of wasting your time watching unnecessary things, spend that time to learn a new skill. Spend time to read. One time, Namete wana maybe some say, the first command, the first verse that was revealed to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the first Quranic verse was Iqra, read. Bisa say adintrust. Komisheni Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam say, utlubul ilm walau kana bisin monhwehwe nimdeɛ empo se nimdeɛ no se ɛwɔ China mpo a monkɔ hɔnkɔhwehwɛ saa nimdeɛ Sabre no wohwɛ Arab for any China. The difficulty I will film and son waiting China akusuaden. But I'll say, even if you go there to get knowledge, go there. Ask yourself, Adentina Yankupon Obema Kumshini no Quran. The first thing I will catch the Kumshini say he should read. Ekora. Ade. Because it is within reading, learning, and your life can change. Do you know, say, there are many successful people in life who have written books on how they became successful. Na obekan now also how he should lead his life, his or her life. But nipa bebree enkan. Do you know? Do you know? Say, reading just one book can save you about 5 years, 10 years of your life to become successful. Adia, akabe here a 10 years experience. And what me the nya be corner open. Within 2 weeks, okay, book and now 1 week book no ebetini a kyerɛw am wade am wanya why be successful. So spend time in learning a new skill. Now, one of the best places are ubetimi esua the new skill no on YouTube. Ubetimi esua Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint. In fact, Microsoft, you can learn it there. Ubetimi esua your friend say real estate business. Say if capital kakra, ubetimi esua how to use mortgage to become successful in life. Ubetimi esua how to make sales. You can learn every single thing on YouTube. One of the best places. Don't waste your life. Don't waste your life on watching things at wow. Nipa na who waste your time a wode hwe no odi nyeska. Do you realize that? But once so no what is sika na wode hwe no. Do you realize that? So don't waste your life. Okay. Intimesre etiefo say try and polish your life. And you can only polish your life when you read, when you learn, when you change your mind. You can change your mindset. One book per ebetimi assawadwene. And in this case, no. More metal can Mr. Obeda watro books miensa perspective. There are other books. Try and get these kind of books. I bet me change your mindset. Na abwa as a youth. Ama wedi ewo abrabo. Said the Quran konkona kan. Bible so crap say mumisa. Na mu behu mummom obebie mu. Quran say Iza sa'alaka ibadi anni fa inni qaribun. Se menko a me bisa efa me ho a ka kire say me be wonum. If we say those who seek no they find. Omo hwehwe no omo hunu. So go on YouTube, search for a new skill, learn that skill, spend about a month, 2 months, 6 months to learn that skill. So learn a new skill and your life will change. Emrenim enti ebia
see. And when you are able to learn that new skill, tenacity, say, what kind of skill do you need to be what you have to become? In fact, this particular subject, I will come on it and explain it. The last point I can say to stop these two things, and I will say number one, greed. And if I be because of greed, greed Quranic greed ni tree greed. Mo amonim greed ni tree no. Mo betimi dey ato comment section na aboy. But if you understand greed, because of greed nti nipa be brabo form. Edufru pe. Yes. Edufru pe. Nipa be bre enam edufru pe nti o ma bofom. Koma alabo. Okura 10,000 cedis. Obetimi dey ahye bibia sen kakra. Na malam bi adada enam ni greed nti all penisika all pesika ntem nti na sika ni nyina wa hwere 10,000. Me say malam bi aniwa obetimi aboa wo. Then the second one, so I will say ujai, is pride. Ahomaso. Nipa bebre ahomaso nti no ehia wo. And these subjects no inshallah edafofro no meba ababeka and one side. Edamuna must say mo join me on Facebook and on YouTube. It's mo share video no na mo like it. Mo follow ye on Facebook na mo subscribe to your channel no. Na ebe sa de foforo abrem esro tu fo nyankopon say ohu na obo na onhire ina da. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.
So obi ti wona say malam bi be ka kire ni say obetimi amananya sika ene ade a enye nokre. There is no way nyankopon odisika ebepa spirit mu di ama wo. Na me ka ni sa because minim say enuanom a etie no yen no mu asabi yeye imamfo ye kan omo beti ase a chen mu a munye imam.
Okay.
Malam bia ni wa obetimi di sika fa spirit mu ama wo. So person unye sika said Mr. Obin ekyerɛkyerɛ no sinkete ye adwumaden na obinye sika. Quran num krampo am ya te ase pefe se bibia nyankopon ye bia no de nhyehyɛ ya to ho. Ade bia nyankopon de nhyehyɛ ya to ho. Eti se nyankopon de nhyehyɛ ya to bibia ho a ene onua bia wo tie ye nti ase se sikanya nso so nhyehyɛ da ho.